The Queen Square is a Christmas mystery, written in 1932. I did not like this story much. I think it got off on the wrong foot with me, because the first 7 pages are kind of confusing. They reference songs and dances that I've never heard of. Most of the focus is put on a new character called Lady Hermione Creethorpe. She's completely absent from the rest of the story. I don't know why she features so heavily. The premise is that Lord Peter Wimsey is at a costume party for Christmas. Everybody is dressed up like playing cards, and that kind of lent itself to the confusion, because I don't know too much about playing cards. Like, there's clearly a red queen and a white queen, but I thought that was chess. I thought playing cards is 2 red queens and 2 black queens. But the title of the story is about the Queen's Square on a chessboard. That's what the reference is to, so it confused me. It's mixing up cards and chess. I don't know, maybe it made way more sense to the readers back in the 1930s. Well, the mystery is that Miss Charmian Grail is found dead in the tapestry room. The police make a timeline. At 1:20, the victim stopped dancing with Mr. Bellingham. She entered the tapestry room. Mr. Playfair saw her in the hallway outside at 1:29. There were a few people wandering around, but everybody is present and accounted for when dancing started at 1:30. The case hits a hard dead end because everybody's got an alibi. There are some natural suspects. The victim was flirting with Mr. Vibert just to upset her fiancé, Mr. Lee. I think a different author would have played up the jealousy angle, but Dorothy Sayers is not at all interested in the culprit's motive in this case. She's more interested in the puzzle. How can you solve the puzzle? How did somebody commit murder with such solid alibis and timelines? Lord Peter Wimsey and his servant Bunter take photographs of the crime scene. Inspiration strikes when he sees one of the developing tanks has red liquid. He thought it was a tank of clear water. He mixed up the colors due to the red light. That's what happened with the murder. Playfair thought he saw the victim at 1:29, but it was a trick of the light. It wasn't the white queen standing in red light. It was the red queen. Playfair couldn't tell the difference because of the red light. Now we know the red queen was in the room with the victim. Questioning her reveals her husband's the killer. They didn't plan for her to be mistaken for the victim, but since it gave them a fake alibi, they did not correct the mistaken assumption. I thought this mystery solution was okay. There is an element of plot convenience, because the detective just happens to deal with red things and red light right before the ending. But hey, it's a short story, I'll cut it a break. I didn't like the story overall, though. I found it to be boring and a little hard to read. There are definitely multiple places where I had to go back and reread the paragraph because I just wasn't paying attention. Peter Wimsey makes some jokes in his usual fashion, like a funny joke where he says, "Oh, I think my mother is a reliable witness. I've known her almost my entire life." But Wimsey wasn't as amusing as the other Wimsey story I read. That one was way funnier. I think this is a case of a mystery that is relatively good, but it did not age well. It's not that the story is bad by itself, but a modern audience and a modern editor would have completely different expectations about what the story should be. I give this story a thumbs down. Sorry, Lord Peter.